this neighborhood in 1898. And he had done pretty well for himself. His youngest daughter became a school teacher in the public school system. His son became a college basketball star at Niagara University. They were doing great here in the neighborhood. My father, they came in a little later, around 1911, and they went into some little businesses. They were mom and pop business people right here along Court Street. They were in the importing of Italian wines, which was going great because so many Italians were moving in. And all of a sudden, Prohibition come in and put them right out of business. Oh my God, what are we going to do? We want to remain big. They went into this new business that not too many people knew about, the movies, silent movies. And they opened up these little movie theaters along Court Street. And each brother became the manager of a movie theater. My father was the manager of this movie theater between first place and second place. It's now CVS drugstore. But at the time, it was the Gloria movie theater. And I was a pretty interesting guy in this neighborhood. If you knew me, you can get into the movies for free before television. This was made me a pretty popular kid right directly north of us. Why can't we do it? We're going to plant trees. And we're going to, oh, this Guanas Canal. God help us. That Guanas Canal. You know, I had a course in bacteriology in college. What we really need is water analysis. So I ran down to New York City Technical College and found out who the hell was in charge of bacteriology. That was Dr. Gene Holcomb, doctor of bacteriology. Believe me. Okay. So I went to Dr. Gene Holcomb, doctor of bacteriology. I said, I had a course in bacteriology. I'm really concerned about the water quality. What we really need is water analysis. Mr. Scotto, that might be a great practical exercise for my graduate students. She came down, 1967 or thereabouts, and they did water studies all along and up and down the Guanas Canal. She gave me a 3 typewritten page report. They identified in the waters of the Guanas Canal typhoid, typhus, and a virulent strain of cholera. Wow, cholera! I mean, I thought that was relegated to the backwaters of China. We had it right here in New York City. I said, wow, these political people, when they get a load of this, I brought it before the dean of the Democratic District leaders here in Brooklyn. And I showed it to him, and I stood up in front of his desk. And he looked up at me and said, what do you intend doing with this? I said, well, in a very threatening kind of tone. I said, well, my Carroll Garden Civic Association, not me, my Carroll Garden, if we don't get any action for a sewer treatment plant, which was going to cost $458 million at that time, we're going to reproduce this and mail it to every registered voter in the district. He went bananas. How dare you come in here and intimidate me? Who do you think you are? I didn't know he knew my grandfather. Your grandfather and your father never gave us a hard time, whoever us was. Get out of my office. Jesus, I'm in trouble. I didn't expect this kind of reaction. I reached for it. He tore it out of my hands. I got left with pieces of paper in both index and thumb fingers because I was holding on tight. And he throws it in his wastepaper basket, and I said, we have copies. Get out of my office!